blessings. How's everybody doing today? I hope you all are doing well. I just was gonna do a quick, I'm gonna try to be quick, y'all. I've been trying to be quick, but a quick video. Get ready with me really quick with the chit chat. I don't know if I'm gonna do, yeah, I might do a little bit of chit chat, but I'm gonna try to do a quick get ready with me video to do my makeup, not my hair. I'm just gonna do my makeup so I can get ready to go to a little dinner or whatever. You guys are going to hear outside because like I told you guys before, I'm trying to ignore me. I told you before, I like the fresh air when it rains. Like, I love the fresh air when it rains. And so I like to just feel the fresh air and smell the cleanliness that comes with it. So a little bit of music. I love this song. So I am going to get started. I'm not going to talk too much. Scoot up a little bit. So I'm going to start off with my eyebrows. I've been using the Milani little pomade or clay pot or whatever you want to call it. And number 4, brunette. I still do the same routine. I'm going to use this Wet n Wild brush that came with another brow kit that I had a while ago. I don't even know where this product is that this brush came with, but this is what I'm going to use today. Use this brush. I'm just going to dip in here. And then I'm going to close this because it seems like it's starting to dry a little bit, as these products do. Something I shouldn't do. I'm working this mirror right here, so pretty much everything up. Excuse the motorcycle. Pretty much everything on the right side of my face you guys should be able to see easily. And I probably kind of just displayed the right side of my face more. Kind of like the way this brush feels in my hand. It's easy to handle. And it's good bristles. So what I'm doing is the normal tracing that I do for my brows. Excuse me. It's just that when I get closer to the front of my brow, see that product right there, I'm trying to use it. When I get closer to the front of my brow, I'm just lightening up my pressure because I don't want it to be dark up here. And then I'm just going to flatten this brush out a little bit. There's a product right there on the front of this brush. Like that. And I'm going to start out with this square. I think I need to bring this out a little bit more. I always try to meet that little mole. I feel like that's about my mark for my brows. And then after that, all the back of the brows, I put a little pressure to just make sure I get the product off the brush. Something I shouldn't do. Brush it in like that. And I try to, my goal is always to make the back of my, of course, the tail of my brow darker. So I try to make sure that happens. I'm gonna go back in and do the same thing to this brow. So do the same thing on this side. Okay, here I sped it up a little bit, and I'm gonna do this in a few of the clips to make the video shorter. And here I'm showing the Ruby Kisses concealer that I use. I use Rich Beige and Chestnut. I'm showing you how I store it upside down to collect the product in a cap so it's easier for me to access. And I'm just cleaning up my brows at this point. I already added the Milani brow pomade to my brows, and I'm just going to clean up my brows at this point. I used the Rich Beige on the bottom and the Chestnut on the top. I'm talking about the Prevail brushes here. I use Prevail dual end brushes. Next step is to conceal the top of my brows. Hoping that my sound was not off, and I'm not going to be able to check it on this video until after I edit it and stuff. But I had my sound wasn't on right. So I'm hoping that my sound is better after 10 minutes. Oh my God. So I'm going to have to put a disclaimer in this video just in case that my sound was off. My sound was messing up in the beginning. And just now I just thought about it and checked it. So that's that brow. I also still use this Prevail brush to blend. I think I'm about due for new brushes. I go to the bottom line of the concealer and pull it down, and then I work my way up. And I'm pulling a little bit, but when I get up here I kind of pat because I don't want it to streak. Streaky and patchy. I want it to be like really full coverage, like I just pulled right there. I want it to have that full coverage. And I usually try to remember that where the Prevail is where the light concealer is, and where it says foundation and concealer is where I blend the dark concealer in. I try to remember. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Then I just blend that up. You know, we all have our own little tricks of how we do things, and that way I use one brush for this one thing, and it makes it so much easier. Back and do the other brow. On my brows, only took 13 minutes. All right. Okay, I'm done with my brows. Now I'm going to take the rest of the concealer, and I didn't explain this earlier. I took a lot of concealer out because I use the same concealer for my for under my eyes before I do add my foundation. So that's why that is there. So I'm gonna take that concealer. I'm gonna use my light concealer brush. And I'm just going to put it underneath my eyes, and I go a little bit under where my dark circles end. And I go to that crease, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, me going to that crease. So I try to pull it right up under because I feel like it's like a blue or gray or green, or it's just a dark haze right under where my dark circles are, which drives me crazy. So I go right up under them and try to get right up under my dark circles with that concealer. So just to conceal my dark circles. I still have concealer on my hand because I'm going to use this concealer again to do a light highlight. I'm not doing a heavy highlight, but a light highlight. I'm going to take my blender, dampen it a little bit. Thought I was going to dampen it. I don't have no water right here. There you go, a little bit. And dampen it. And I'm going to blend this out. And I might add one more layer because sometimes this concealer, sometimes it acts great. Sometimes I feel like it gets really spotchy a little bit, but it looks good there. Also, I hope this setting is working. I look at something nice in there. Ooh. Thank you, Jesus. Out of hair before it went in my eye. Alright. That eye looked really considered, look damn near white. And it's probably positioned than I am because I am not pointing right at the camera. I'm kind of pointing at my mirror. My body's turned towards my mirror, so when I come to you guys, I'm turning like this. Alright, that's that. Okay, I'm speeding through this clip too. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing next. I'm going to do my eyeshadows while my concealer's still a little moist on my eyelids. I had to have a drink of my cranberry juice. Yes, Lord. Fresh, cold cranberry juice. But what I'm going to use is my Wet n Wild blending brush, and that is LA Colors bronzer in color Baked. And that's my Wet n Wild blending brush that I got from the Dollar Tree, I believe, and it works amazingly. So I'm gonna blend that in my crease as my transition color, and this color has a little bit of shimmer to it, but it's not enough to where it doesn't work for my transition color. So I'm gonna blend that out. When you see me look up, I'm looking up at my big mirror that I can look at myself from a distance. And right here, I went back in with the brush. I did not add more product. I just went in with the brush to kind of blend it a little bit higher up into my eyebrows. And then I'm using MAC's Auburn Lights for my lid. I'm not doing anything more than that one shadow, which is, it's basically my favorite everyday one shadow look. Like on an average day, if I do put on shadow and I'm not doing a whole bunch of makeup, I'll just throw on some Auburn Lights. It's my favorite color. Shadow on my skin. I just like the way it looks. I like the subtleness of it, and I love the fact that you can also, you know, make it pop. So I'm blending that out. I kept feeling like something was in my eye too. So I'm taking my transition, my brush, my blending brush to blend out my transition area and to make sure that there's no harsh lines there. And then I'm putting on my Wet n Wild Mega Length Mascara. Which is $2.99 at Walgreens. Sometimes they're 2 for $5 at Walgreens. It's my favorite everyday mascara. Yep, and I'm using that mascara. Give my eyebrows a little bit of life. Or I'm saying eyebrows, eyelashes, my bad. And I usually do my bottom lashes after I do my makeup and stuff under my eyes, so I won't mess up the mascara. I'm talking about the $2.99 right there. That's what I was saying. Next clip. Estee Lauder little concealer brush. I mean foundation. It's this Estee Lauder foundation brush. And now I'm going to go over my face with this Real Techniques blender. And I haven't even went into the area over my eyes yet. Because what I'll do is after I do this part, I just go right into it. And it kind of allows it. I kind of can skip the highlight part because I'm using the coverage that I have. I'm going in over the coverage with any foundation that's on my sponge. And it's kind of like what I used for my highlight now is, I feel like something's in my eye, you guys. The concealer that I use for under my eyes, I'm able to blend out into my foundation and blend my foundation up into it. I'm going to take a little bit, I still have a little bit of concealer on the back of my hand right here. So I'm going to take a little bit of that and go back up under my eyes again. Just for a light highlight underneath the eye. Same on this eye. Make sure them dark circles are at bay. The rest of the concealer. A little bit. A little bit. something that I shouldn't do. I'm not using a lot. I'm just using a little bit that I had left from where I started from. I put a certain amount on my hand, so I have enough to do it for all three purposes. Now I'm going to take the tip of this sponge and just go down the tip of my nose. I feel like I'm going to be crooked. This last little bit of concealer, put it on my hand, but I'm gonna kind of spread it around on the back of the sponge and just kind of a little bit. It's just whatever's on this brush. Just used who was on the sponge. I'm literally pressing it out. Something I shouldn't do. So I basically pressed whatever was on here. I used every drop of the concealer that was on my hand. Now I'm gonna go over my face with my kabuki brush with nothing on it. Okay, so I was finished with that process. Now I'm blending out all the lines to make sure I have no harsh lines between concealers where I tried to highlight and low light. So I'm just blending out everything. There's nothing on the kabuki brush at this very moment. I'm just using the brush to make sure that everything is blended. And I'm gonna do that for a second, but then I'm gonna use my Ultra Contour palette. And the color inside of it is Goddess Bombshell, I think. Is it Bombshell? Goddess Bombshell. That color is a good powder for me, and I ran out my other powder. And the only other powder that I have does not match me. It always makes me look ashy and lighter. So this is the powder I'm using, and I'm just getting a very small amount just to blend everything out again. And give me that matte look. Goes. I use like the areas where I know I need more color. I put the brush on those areas first and use the product on those areas, and then the areas where I want it to remain more light, I use the brush in those areas after I've rubbed off most of the product on the darker areas, if that makes sense. Because it helps my highlight not be too bright. It dulls it down a little bit, but it still gives me that bright look. But at the same time, it blends out my darker areas as well. I hope that makes sense. And I'm using my eyeliner pencil. That's the Wet n Wild 12-hour eyeliner pencil. It's a pretty good pencil. It lasts. It's an okay pencil. I'm still looking for that one pencil that I'm just like, okay, it didn't, because I have allergies, so sometimes my eyeliners, you know, run in the corner of my eye because I have allergies. So sometimes it's cool, sometimes it's not. I'm always buying black eyeliners to find something that's great, that doesn't run, that lasts all night. So that's a 12-hour eyeliner. And it was $1.49, I believe. And then I'm just going to use the smudger to smudge it out on my waterline. I put it on my waterline and also on my lash line. Yeah, and that's the rest of that. Let's move on to the... And now I put a little bit of blush on, Estee Lauder and Pink Kiss. And now I'm using my e.l.f. and Sunkissed, and it's actually a bronzer. I use it as a highlighter, and I'm actually trying something new, and I'm nervous about it. So let's figure it out together. Because I did the whole spraying the brush. Yeah, it did do it. What I did was I sprayed a little bit of moisture onto my brush, and it made my highlight really settle like a little bit better. Yeah, I think I like that. I think I'm gonna do that from now on. I gotta tell my niece about that. I'm lightly swirling. Let me go over it a little bit more right in the middle. Yeah, it makes your heart, whoa. Whoa. Yeah, that's a little much. Whoa, yeah, it made it. I must have added too much moisture on this side. I'm sorry for blinding you. I haven't added more product. Just trying to take off something that's on the brush. Now I'm gonna need, I'm gonna just use my finger for the tip of my nose. And for right here. Ooh, yeah, that method ain't no joke. I haven't used this in a while. I forgot that this stuff really go hard like that. 'Cause you make me feel like something I shouldn't do. Alright, I'm gonna use this Ruby Kisses. This Jordana Rich Rouge as my liner. Alright, when I am done, hope you enjoyed that tutorial. If you could, please like, comment, and subscribe. And subscribe. Love yourself, be happy. Give some of that away, help someone else be happy. And do your best to be your best. I love you all, and you all have a blessed rest of your day. Talk to y'all later. Bye.